We've been through so much to make it to this moment, and this is our testimony. We made it.
We made it. We survived. We made it. We're overcomers. We made it. God brought us through His
We made it. Sometimes it looked impossible. Sometimes sunny, sometimes rain. Not anything that we experienced was wasted. God proved Himself over and over again and brought us through it all. Now we can say
We were troubled, yet not distressed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Cast down, but not destroyed. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Bruised and battered, but not broken. God brought us through it all.
He brought us through it all.
Being lied on and talked about, used and abused. Yes, we made it.
We couldn't do it on our own. God, we thank you for your grace and your mercy.
You brought us through, yeah. He brought us through every heartache and every pain. My God stepped in right on time.
God, we thank you for keeping us, for clothing us, for feeding us. We made it.
God brought us through.
Right on time.
Thank you, Lord. No weapon formed against us
We
prospered.
see changes, but you kept us through it all.
Made it through with hope.
We are stronger.
Made it through with courage.
We are wiser.
Faith increased. Now we're better.
I'm so glad He kept His promises.
It worked together for our good.
We shall live and not die because of your grace.
We're more than conquerors.
I will tell the story how we made it over.
Sometimes up, sometimes down, but we made it.
We lift our hands to you because we made it through.
God brought us through it all.
God brought us through it all.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Continuous music on the way. Yours truly, Pastor Kevin, here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Feeling good. Music sounding blessed as always. My man, my friend, my brother, man of God, Jay Bass, on the line. Hey, man, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, Pastor Kevin.
We've been through so
Man, I love that single, man. That is hot, man. Introduce yourself, man, to our viewers and listeners on today. I know that one of the things that we do have planned, and we're going to continue to go forth towards it, that is to pull you in on a video conference call so that people can literally see you in action while we talk to you. But you know what? We're going to stay on track as promised today, man, and try to hear what it is that God has placed in your spirit to say to the people around the world. Do me a favor, man, if you don't mind, introduce yourself, man. Tell us who you are, tell us where you're from, and let's dive in and talk a little bit about the ministry that God has blessed you with.
Awesome. Well, my name is Jay Bass, and I am born and raised in Lufkin, Texas. I currently reside in Houston, Texas. I am a musician, singer, minister, songwriter, and so much more. I just love doing whatever it is that God gives me the ability to do, and I'm so honored to be on this broadcast this morning and just looking forward to sharing with you all.
Man, we honored to have you, man, because as I pay attention to things like social media, man, you are starting to get and be all over the place. Now, I don't know if that's me or you, but if you have us on speakerphone, man, it's going to create a little feedback, man. So try to see if we can stay on track, man, so people can hear you clearly around the world. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's possibly me. I had headphones in, but all right.
Okay.
So I can hear clearly.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, man? Jay Bass, I'll tell you what, man. I'm finding out just recently a lot of what you've been doing. I mean, you have, I went on, I believe it was your YouTube page, and man, you have it. And then I look at the Jay Bass Songbook, Volume 6. So I know you're not a rookie at this. You're not just diving into this thing, man. You've been doing this for a while. So tell us, man, how did it all get started for you, man? Where did it begin? Where was the root foundation for you to know that it's time to go forth and do the work of the Lord?
Well, I've been playing since I had a desire to start playing the piano at the age of 12, and I played for my first church at 15. But during that time, I would make up my own melodies and things, and so I started writing at a young age. And for so long, I had a karaoke machine, and I had a double microphones, and I put one tape in, record, switch it over, put my 3-part harmonies, build my band, and I have all these tapes from doing that as a child. So I always felt like I was going to be recording as I got older. And things just happened. It just seemed like I'd work in one studio and work in another studio, and things would not come together. But I got to a very, very low place. And at that time, God let me know that I would record, that this is what I'm here to do. If I don't leave any other thing here in the earth, I will leave music. And so after, like I said, a couple of botched times going in the studio and nothing coming of it, I was led to go out and buy my own recording equipment and get it done. And in that, I believe we recorded 9 CD projects plus a couple of singles. And I just made up my mind it was going to get done, and we did it. I'm supposed to be on volume 9 by now, but that's how it goes. But I'm just so glad that God put it on our heart to get those done, because now we have well over 100 tracks available worldwide right now for anyone at any time to listen to.
Wow, man! You know what? I'm just literally, man, I'm at awe because I mean, even throughout the week when we were trying to connect, you were constantly busy. I mean, it seems to me as if you're always doing something. You're on the move. I'm at church. I'm doing this. I'm like, and I'm trying to figure out really how is it or when is it that you really have time. But, God will allow us to do things, in his time. And, you are right where you're supposed to be based on the way you're living with your music ministry, so on and so forth, man. I'm just grateful to have you. I believe I saw you on another interview the other day, or it might have even been yesterday. I'm not sure. I saw you somewhere, man, and I said, you know what, it's time for me to make sure that this young man is on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Now, if someone were to walk up to you right now and say, hey, Jay Bass, how you doing, man? What's next for you? What would you say?
Well, I definitely say I'm working toward these next CD projects. And what's interesting is I recorded and released my first project in 2010, so it was my hope and plan to be at volume 10 by 2020. There would have been 10 CDs in 10 years, but that has not panned out. But, hey, that's what's next, getting the rest of this music out.
Amen. Well, you know what, man? You're going to have to slow your pace, man, because I don't think I have room to receive all of that. Yeah, I gotta rewind and take press play, man, and go ahead and try to see if I can get volume 1. You already
Oh,
you
yeah.
already up to
Oh,
volume
yeah.
6, man. I tell you now, if someone really wanted to show their love, if someone wanted, because that's an awesome single what we just heard. Why, you know what? As a matter of fact, why don't you tell us about "We Made It," that particular single, man? How did that one transpire?
Oh man, I guess that came from a lot of experience. I have definitely lived this life, and there were so many times that it looked like um, I would not make it. And once I'd gotten through volume 5, this song, I do a lot of on the spot writing. Like if I'm with the choir, I'll write something while we were in rehearsal or something uh, along those lines. And this song was birthed, and it just came from a whole bunch of experience and realized that, hey, out of all the times that it looked like it was over, God somehow brought us through, and this is our testimony. We made it. So that's
Amen.
where that song came from.
And I know a lot of people around the world can relate to that. I know I can.
Oh yeah.
I would make that thing personal, and say I made it, because even to this
Oh yeah.
very day, things. I always look. You know what? I don't want to get preachy on you, Jay, but I always look at the journey that Jesus had to take while here on the face of this earth,
Oh yeah.
and we all want to stand up in church congregations and say, I'm saved, I'm sanctified, I'm filled with the Holy Ghost, I'm going to live my life like Christ, I'm going to do what he says, so on and so forth. But we're not willing to go through, my God.
Right.
We're not
Right.
willing to go
Right.
through what
Right.
I feel like preaching now. We're not willing to
All
go
right.
through what he went through to get where he had to go. See, Jesus
That's
had a purpose from the very beginning. And he went through a whole lot of stuff before
yeah.
he actually got to that ultimate destination and died on the cross. See, oh my God, I'm going to just stop right there. So your journey and what you have endured over the years to even be able to release "We Made It" speaks, you know what, it speaks volume. So people need to realize that the journey is not going to be an easy one when you decide to live for God.
That's right.
Okay, so I want to know, man, how can people reach out to you? I mean, I know you have locations where you can be found, whether it be social media, websites, emails, phone numbers. How can people find you if they want to show their love and support to the ministry that God has blessed you with?
Well, pretty much everything that I do is under the auspices of J Bass Ministries, whether it's all one word or J period BASS Ministries, uh, Instagram, all of those, Facebook, a lot of social media is under J Bass Ministries, and then Cash App is J Bass Ministries. That's my handle. So anything, if you look online, my website is jbassministries.com. That is how I can be reached.
Amen. Well, I enjoyed all of what you just said. But the GMAP Broadcast Network is down here in the lower left-hand corner of everything. And
Okay.
you can also be seen, heard, and found on the GMAP Broadcast Network, where you are now officially a featured artist. You're a part of that
All
featured
right.
artist showcase. Oh,
All right.
So you are a part of that featured artist showcase that we have on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. For those of you that want to stop by, or for those of you that already show your support by stopping by and seeing what it is that we have available on our platform, J-Bass and J-Bass Songbook Volume 6 is a featured spot on our network. We want you to stop by, go to our featured artist page, click on his picture. He's the very first picture. He's the first one. He's the first one. You're going to see that big bright smile. You're going to see his name. All you got to do is click on it. It'll take you directly to his website. You can find out more in detail about what he's doing, where he's doing it, who he's doing it with, why he's doing it, and giving God the praise in every corner of the world, as we should be. And today is a day that I just want to say thank you, man, for just taking a few minutes out of your time for being here with us. We are going to orchestrate an opportunity to come together and have you on what we call a video conference call so we can continue to allow people to see you in action, to air our conversations on other networks around the world, television platforms, and so on. So that is something that is going to also take place soon and very soon. But I wanted to stay on track today to have you as a guest on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Got to give you a scenario, Jay, before we let you go, man. And I want to try to paint a picture for you, okay?
All righty.
All right, the picture is this. As a matter of fact, if you're not driving or doing something that's requiring some immediate attention, I want you to close your eyes for me. And while you have your eyes closed, I want you to imagine this. I have literally put together what I call a megatorium. Now, my megatorium is the T.D. Jakes Potter's House and the Joel Osteen's auditorium put together. In this auditorium, there's over 10,000 seats. Now, in every last one of those 10,000 seats, there's a young man sitting there. A young man is occupying every seat in my megatorium. I had the honor and the pleasure of introducing Mr. J-Bass up to the podium. All I want to know is, what would you say to them?
Jeremiah 29:11 is my purpose scripture. It's the scripture that God led me to let me know that he does have a purpose. And I would say to that young man, no matter what you have been through, it's just good to know there's a place of knowing that I believe God is striving for all of us to get to. And it's good to know that God has a plan. He knows the plan that he has for us. And it's good not for evil, to give us a future and a hope, to bring us to an expected end. We may not be able to see it where we are right now in the midst of whatever we're dealing with now. But if we put our faith and our trust in God and his plan, it will work out. So no matter what you're going through, trust in God and he'll bring it to pass.
My God. Man, oh man, oh man. That was an awesome word right there. Don't take God long to do anything.
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times we'll stand up in the pulpit and we'll say, well, I shall not be before you very long. You know what? But you know what? You can say something within 5 minutes and sit down if you really want to.
You're right.
And you didn't preach.
Right.
You didn't preach the word. Oh my God. Woo, I'm getting fired up over here. Jay, man, I love you. I appreciate you, man. If there's anything that we can do here at the GMAP Broadcast Network, please don't hesitate to let us know. Of course, that particular hit single, We Made It, is in heavy rotation here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. So for those of you that don't know, you can chime in and tune in on a daily basis, and you're guaranteed to hear that particular single at the least 3 times per day. You might even hear it 4 or 5 times a day. Trust me. So with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you, man, and we look forward to connecting with you again here very, very, very soon. Amen.
Well, Pastor Kevin, I want to say thank you to you as well. I tell you, when you reached out, it really meant a lot. I haven't done these kind of interviews in such a long time, and I thought this would be my life right now. In fact, you talk about me traveling. I'm actually in Mobile, Alabama now for the 9th Episcopal District of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. They've done one of my songs with their conference choir, and so I'm here to share with them. And I'm just, to have this opportunity, we actually have noon service today. We just pulled up at the church. But I'm so grateful for this opportunity and for you seeing something enough to reach out and create these opportunities for me. It definitely is not unnoticed, and it is definitely appreciated.
Well, man, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate those kind words. And I tell you, technology, God has
much to make it to this.
I'm sorry. I was just so excited. I'm getting ready to play that, but when we go, I tell you, man, I'm just so excited, man. But technology has done wonders for us. And you know what? I'm just I'm thankful and I'm grateful that in spite of all the stuff that you're going through and all the wonderful things that you're doing, that you had a few minutes, man, to hang out with us here on the GMAP. So my gratitude is flipping the script, going right back at you, man. So we appreciate
Wow.
you, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon. All I can say is where you are on this day, make sure you lift up his name and have a glorious time while doing it. Amen?
Amen. Bless you, brother.
All right, bless you, man. Jay Bass here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You guys keep it locked. I got more stuff on the way right here on the #1 faith-based motivational and inspirational broadcast network in the country, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. That's GMAP, the #1.com. Jay Bass, we made it right here on show.
We've been through so much to make it to this moment, and this is our testimony. We made it.
We survived. We made it. We're overcomers. We made it. God brought us through His
We made it. Sometimes it looked impossible. Sometimes sunny, sometimes rain. Not anything that we experienced was wasted. God proved Himself over and over again and brought us through it all. Now we can say
We were troubled, yet not distressed. Perplexed, but not in despair. Cast down, but not destroyed. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Bruised and battered, but not broken. God brought us through it all.
He brought us through it all.
He lied on and talked about used and abused. Yes, we made it.
We couldn't do it on our own. God, we thank you for your grace and your mercy.
You brought us through, yeah. He brought us through every heartache and every pain. My God stepped in right on time.
God, we thank you for keeping us, for moving us, for feeding us. We made it.
God brought us through.
Right on time.
Thank you, Lord. No weapon formed against us
We
prospered.
see changes, but you kept us through it all.
Made it through with hope.
We are stronger.
Made it through with courage.
We are wiser.
Faith increased. Now we're better.
I'm so glad He kept His promises.
It worked together for our good.
We shall live and not die because of your grace.
We're more than conquerors.
I will tell the story how we made it over.
Sometimes up, sometimes down, but we made it.
We lift our hands to you because we made it through.
God brought us through it all.
God brought us through it all.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And I'm eating an apple. The young lady that I'm talking to, she's talking about me hard. You know what I'm scared to bring home there. She said, you're supposed to have all this stuff together. You know, all right, well, I'm just going to do this. In a few minutes, I have another live on-air conversation I'm going to be connecting with. I guess since she insisted, I'm going to wait about a half hour before I do that. But in the meantime, you are listening to the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network in the country, the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, being seen and or heard in over 168 countries on 11 platforms, 4 times in a row, stellar nominated, and we're grateful that God has chose us to reach out to people in every corner of the world. All right, something on your mind, you want to get on the prayer line, you want to make a special dedication and or request, you can call me at any time. All right, anytime. I don't mind. All right, I would continue to give out the number, but right now I'm just gonna stand still because if I give it out again, somebody might call while and interrupt our conversation like we did before. So give me a few minutes. I'll go ahead and share that number with you because you may have some questions for the young lady that I'm going to speak to in the next 30 minutes. Keep it locked right here. We'll be back in just a few right here on the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast network. Stay close, don't move. We'll be right back.
A beautiful smile is a wonderful asset, both personally and professionally at any age. It radiates health, happiness, personality, and warmth. Are you happy with your smile? If not, you're not alone. A recent Dear Doctor poll found that 80% of us are dissatisfied with our smiles. It's actually quite normal for your smile to fade over time. As teeth age, they wear and discolor. Small chips and cracks accumulate and old fillings become unattractive. If you're interested in improving your smile, see an experienced cosmetic dentist. They are the true artists of the dental profession. Today, there are many options for enhancing your smile. Maybe you have all of your teeth, but a tooth has a large chip or crack. Tooth bonding might be your answer. If you have some minor irregularities and staining, tooth reshaping and whitening may do the trick. More dramatic changes may incorporate orthodontics or porcelain veneers as part of the solution. So how do you get started? Ask yourself these important questions. Do you dislike the color of your teeth? Do you have chips, cracks, or areas of tooth wear that make you look older than you are? Do you have a gummy smile? Are you self-conscious about crooked teeth, or do you have gaps between your teeth? If you answered yes to any of these questions, communicate the changes you'd like to see. It may be helpful to bring notes detailing your objectives and photos that show how you have looked in the past or how you'd like to look in the future. Communication between you and your dentist is an important part of this process. Your cosmetic dentist will explain your treatment options, estimate how long it will take, and of course, what it will cost. There are even ways for you to preview your new smile before the final work is done. Regardless of which procedures you choose, changing your smile is bound to change your life. It's a transformation that will open up all kinds of new possibilities that you can only truly realize when you share your dazzling new smile with the world.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, and I'm an advocate for God's kingdom. I have been released and sent forth to deliver God's truth, that Black people are God's chosen people. He is ready to redeem and restore Israel, and He is starting with the children of Israel. I have written 5 faith-based books for children, specifically for Black children, with our true identity in mind.